Out of nowhere question of the week goes to Mr. Nitram. Sir, we have a big main event coming up at a pay-per-view in France that we're going to be talking about here in a little bit. My question to you is Cody Rhodes versus AJ Styles for the first time ever too big of a match for this for this card, I should say? Should it be at a different PLE, or is BackLash the perfect pay-per-view for this main event?
I think the match is not the issue. I think you're right. I think it should have been pushed back. The story is there, and I hate to say it, but they're kind of pulling something that people don't like in AEW, where they're just like, well, if you know these two's past, then it's okay. Because, I mean, we're talking about two former Bullet Club leaders. We're talking about two people who've never fought, but ran the same gang, ran pretty much the same cycle of leaving your company, going to Japan, reinventing yourself, going to Ring of Honor, and doing everything that you can possibly do. We're like, it's almost the same path. And they didn't even tell any of that story. They're just like, yeah, here y'all are, AJ Styles and Cody Rhodes, first time ever. Dope. So I think they rushed it. That's how I feel about it. The match is going to be a banger, I mean, without a doubt. So it's a good match. You know, you put it on paper, it's great. But they could have amped this thing up to where it was just like, damn, I think Cody could lose. And I don't think Cody's going to lose because they didn't amp it up.
Okay. Right match, wrong pay-per-view. I kind of agree with you. I feel like we should have got more of a story out of it, and I feel like they could have built something really great. Maybe at SummerSlam, have this match, and it probably would have been. I mean, it is going to be a banger. You're absolutely right. It's Cody Rhodes. It's AJ Styles. It can't miss. Hey, we got BackLash France to talk about. We got AEW to talk about. Some things happen on Spring Breaking. Let's go ahead and start our show.
Four sides of the ring, four sides of the ring. Everybody out here got an opinion, the ego shall die in the ring. If the debate's getting heated, we heating, you know it's been fire in the ring. We them guys in the ring, leave with your pride in the sling. Four sides of the ring, four sides of the ring. Everybody out here got an opinion, your ego shall die in the ring. If the debate's getting heated, we heating, you know it's been fire in the ring. We them guys in the ring, leave with your pride in the sling. Four sides of the ring.
What is going on, Ringsiders? Your favorite faction is back. I am Markus Hernandez. I am with Brandy Savage, the ZombiieKing, and we are with Nitram, or Nitram. Chance couldn't join us tonight, but the four of us are still here. What's going on, fellas? How was your week?
Pretty good. Decent week of wrestling this week.
Yeah, definitely pretty good week of wrestling. You know. My next loss on my birthday, so besides that, great week.
Happy belated birthday, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah,
Brandy Savage, one step closer to 21.
That's it.
No.
30.
Nah.
Backward.
One step closer to
Benjamin Button.
No, we really did we had a lot of good things happen in wrestling this week. Also, we had the draft. I want to ask you guys, is the WWE Draft really a draft?
It's only important if the brand it sticks. And it has a history of never sticking. I give it 1 month before SmackDown's on Raw and Raw Superstars are back on SmackDown and everything's just collided.
I don't even give it a month. I give it to this pay-per-view.
I kind of agree. Like it never happens. But personally, I don't mind it. Like they shouldn't stay split in that sense. The roster's the roster. Like I love your personal favorites are Chelsea Green. When you see her on SmackDown or Raw, the other brand, it's great. But I think it's necessary in the sense of ending stories and starting new ones anew. But what we've seen this draft is a lot of these same people going to different places. I mean, to the same places, being retained.
Right.
But
Well, with that being said,
Yeah.
what's one thing you would do to fix the draft? How would you make the draft better?
I actually like what they did this year with the champions staying.
Mhm.
Okay.
I feel like that changes
Yeah,
a
that
lot of
makes sense.
complications. And like it changed, like on paper it changed. Like Judgment Day could leave Damian and Rhea now, or well, I guess Rhea is technically not eligible, but you know what I mean. Like that,
Mm-hmm.
different
Yeah,
elements like
vice
that
versa.
could have, if put into effect and actually changed rosters and stuff, could have been dope. I think pulling that trigger would have been a way of doing it, not teasing us with it.
I just feel like I don't know. I feel like it's weird because usually when you're talking about a draft, you're talking about just I guess the next generation of individuals coming up. I like the way they had all of NXT in the room in Florida.
Mhm.
I thought that was cool. Showed that was pretty dope. But then it was just like you only had a certain number of people on Raw who can get drafted, and then you only had a certain number of people on SmackDown who can get drafted. And then they showed us all those people. I felt like they should have just kept that a surprise. So that way, when they did get drafted, we're like, oh, okay, they're moving. I feel like they kind of not spoiled it. I don't want to say ruined it either, but they already kind of showed us like, okay, this person's going to Raw, this person's going to SmackDown, this person's going to Raw, this person's going to SmackDown.
I feel like you have to do that though.
Yeah.
And
Why is
the
that?
reason I say that is
Good
because
point.
like the first thing I said when Jey Uso got drafted, I was like, Jey Uso got drafted over this person, this person, this person. That doesn't even make sense. So I go look at the paper and I'm like, oh, these people aren't even eligible today.
Mhm.
So to protect like those people in a sense, or people you want to protect, I think it's a better way of doing that. And then openly shitting on certain people. Like,
Yeah. Usually, the WWE draft kind of moves like every other draft of all the sports and across the world. You can kind of tell like how heavy it's going to be. Usually, it's singles men, singles women's, but this time it was a lot of tag teams
Mhm.
got picked up.
Yeah,
Both
it's more
men
groups.
got both men on the men and women's side, and a lot of women got picked up this year too. So there was a lot of
I thought-
shifts in the
I
women's
thought it was
division
hilarious
going to
that,
Raw.
Oh, go ahead. I was gonna say I thought it was hilarious because it was like
Go ahead.
at one point Pat McAfee was talking to Michael Cole and he was like, it was the first round on
Yep.
Raw. And he was like, yeah, look at that first round. SmackDown got 2 superstars. We got 6. What idiots? And I was sitting there and I was
Yep.
like, they are idiots. God, you could have got 6 people.
Yeah.
You know, I do wish
Yeah, you got Damon. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I do wish the draft wasn't on Raw and SmackDown. I wish they would have just did like a special on Peacock where it was like an hour and a half long and it was legit just drafting people, and then that draft was affected immediately, and then it either went to the next SmackDown or Raw like immediately. You know what I mean? Like I don't feel like I had to watch matches and then they were like, this guy still hasn't been drafted, and then he gets drafted right after his match. It kind of like did not do it for me. Like they did that with Braun Strowman. Braun got drafted. I was like, oh, Braun is back.
Yeah.
And then he literally came out, and I was like, they should have just did that without the draft.
And then right after with the Bronson Reed, they
it's like-
drafted him right after his
Yeah.
match.
Yeah.
I kind of wish it was
But
its
I feel
own
like,
thing.
like I said before, you have to do that. You can't do it like the way you said, because you can't leave it up to interpretation of what you interpret. Like, we know the draft is their power rankings. So,
Mhm.
like, Bianca Belair being the
Mhm.
first overall pick. And then, like, you're in our mind, we're all like, I mean, we got people that could have been there. You know, like Jade Cargill is the hottest free agent. Why is she the draft number one draft? She's not eligible today.
Yeah.
So, but to protect people from certain areas, like I said, naming Jey Uso as the number one draft pick or the second overall pick is kind of
wild.
like, it's wild. But when you
Yeah.
looked at the draft pool, it's like, oh, I see
Right.
I see the game you're playing today. Like, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
It was kind of like, all right. And then again, eliminating the champions makes that
All I
draft
know
pool
is-
even lower.
All I know is SmackDown's winning. They got Cody Rhodes and Roman on the same show.
They don't got Roman.
Raw has Illijo.
What? Triple H said.
He's
Triple H,
ineligible right
Triple
now.
H said Roman wasn't part of the draft, and he was a SmackDown superstar. So I'm sure he'll
Well,
stay on
supposedly
SmackDown.
But I mean,
what
Paul
I
Heyman
heard
stays, he's free
that
agent.
there's nothing written for him for the next 6 months, 6 to
Paul
7
doing
months.
Paul Heyman is. Well, yeah, but also
Yeah.
Paul Heyman is just reading the lines Solo's telling him to say. So
Oh, that's what happened? Because I don't know. When Solo came out, he didn't even know, like, he said that. I'm telling you, the confidence Paul had when Solo wasn't in the building, Solo didn't tell him to read those lines.
we had going back to the draft, we had a lot of just a lot of good things. I think damage control going to Raw is big. That's super big for that women's division over there. Nia Jax going to SmackDown. That's pretty big too. I think that's really good. Bayley looks like she's going to have
Yeah.
some good competitors to be in the ring with. Overall, who do you think? Who do you think won the draft? Zombie Kings, Raw or SmackDown this year?
I mean, if you're going by numbers, I think Raw got more like people, but it's like Rey Mysterio and the LWO. It's like not really heavy hitters there. You know what I mean? Like they got more people, but if you looked at SmackDown side, I feel like SmackDown had more. Like, oh, okay, like I can see that person like getting a chip or being in the main storyline. So I think SmackDown on potential stories and champions, I think SmackDown got it.
Okay. What about you, Brandy? Who do you think won the draft this year? Raw or SmackDown?
It's funny because like I was, as Martin said it, like Raw got damage control. I feel like that alone is like gotta be the biggest steal of the draft. You just got Asuka, Io Sky, and Kairi Sane in one draft pick, and they
And
have a
Dakota Kai.
huge number of those. They
And
got
Dakota Kai.
Dakota Kai. They got Dominic Mysterio in a faction. They got that's a steal right there. Come on, guys. And then like I don't know, yeah, it's definitely Raw. They got by the numbers, it's definitely Raw. Raw got some steals.
Yeah, but how many of them are actually gonna be like going off and doing major storylines or actually winning a chip?
I think eventually, Asuka and them are probably gonna break off into like.
Ain't there champions?
There's a potential that but there's a potential that those three women can go into a singles run, and that's a whole women's division right there. Like, yeah, they're in a tag right now, but like, just think about the potential you could have by drafting them.
That's true.
I mean, you have Asuka.
That's true.
Asuka,
What's wrong with her?
that alone right there, like.
Yeah.
Mr. Nitram.
Yeah, but SmackDown got Tiffany Stratton. She's hot right now.
That's true.
Tiffany
That's
time.
true. That's true.
She has like a good acting. She's over. So like, I feel like that's almost counter. Like it evens out there a little bit.
No.
I'll tell you what
Tiffany.
doesn't even out. Raw getting
I mean, how much?
Ilja Dragunov.
Let's be honest. Asuka's up there.
Steal.
Raw got Ilja Dragunov. Raw took Dijak. Raw took, and then correct me if I'm wrong here, but they got Braun, right? They got Breaker because Baron went to SmackDown. Raw took talent. To me, it's like they kind of did what when we were growing up. SmackDown was the show where the new talent was going to make the name for themselves, and I wanted to watch SmackDown for that because they tried harder. Raw has that talent. Raw has the talent who are going to try harder so people watch it. Raw is the show I'm going to be watching. SmackDown has its stars, and that's cool. But I was tweeting
it's like
the whole
that
time
because, I mean, you got to think about it. What you're saying, I like what you're saying. At the end of the day, you got to think about it like this. If you are the USA Network, you really think that you want Dragunov and Dijakovac over Cody Rhodes? Over Roman Reigns? Over the Bloodline?
Can I counter that? Yes, because they're already on USA.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's their babies. Those are their babies.
You're right.
Yeah, people but a lot of people, watch like Judgment Day was always on Raw. They stood on Raw, so you can't really count them as a draft. If you're looking at it that way.
But Judgment Day is turning into something else.
I think Raw
and Braun Breaker pretty much debuted on. No, wait, no, he did SmackDown.
Yeah, he was SmackDown star.
My apologies. Yeah.
I think Raw.
Take that back.
I think Raw went the safe way and picked up the young talent, the new generation, because they're going into a new wave, especially with the Netflix deal. Tried to get people that way. Watch them grow. Watch those guys grow the Netflix deal. Right? They created Raw on a streaming platform. So it's just, new. And I like that. I like that Raw did that. And I like that all the vets and all the older guys are staying on SmackDown so we can continue to watch them on weekly television. Randy Orton, Kevin Owens. The USA title is kind of hot right now. I'm not going to lie. Mr. Paul's doing his thing. I give him his props. So I like the balance. The balance is really good. Raw did get the bigger numbers, but at the end of the day, I think SmackDown has the veterans and the guys who probably are going to give you 5-star matches more often than some.
I agree.
I agree with that.
But I will say this: if they do later on trades, let's get Braun Breaker and Rhea join the Wolf Dogs. Let's go, Wolf Dogs! I have hope. I have hope.
I feel like I have such a limited edition shirt. Shout out to Nitram getting me a shirt while he was at Stand and Deliver, and I was like, "Word! I got my
You got a
Wolf Dog shirt. Split up.
Oh man,
Split up.
Split
I
up.
was
Split
like,
up. Copy and paste.
I'm not
Yeah.
saying it was on sale,
No,
but they
I
won
feel
that
like
night, so you know it was okay.
I really feel. I'm not saying it's 50% off. No, but I feel like that tag team will do wonders
man,
for the both of them.
On Tuesday night, there was some crazy stuff happening Tuesday night. Sadly, I did not get to watch. I had to catch up. But you could see me on Championship Culture, Big Gold versus the World. I was with my guys, Championship Culture
Check it out,
boys.
Championship Culture.
Brandon
Yeah.
Guy the Guy. We were with Brian H. Waters. We were with the Realness Dwayne. We had Mouthing Off with Mike was there too. It was a great show. We had a lot of fun. Also,
Check it out.
your boy's bringing a title to the podcast. I won the big gold. I was hyped. We're getting gold back on our podcast, and we already got to set up an unsanctioned. Hold on now.
Yeah, unsanctioned.
We got to set up an unsanctioned match. We got to call out the Championship Culture guys one day. We got to get that 3-count trivia championship back so we can unify them. So we could be
Yeah.
the
Oh man,
undisputed
reunified
world
titles.
heavyweight 3-count trivia champion.
And if you check it
I'll tell you
out,
what,
you
though.
know, you'll see me being double belted up.
I tell you what, Marcus, you better not with that belt. Let's put that behind you on Xbox back there. All right, I better not see Xbox rocking that world title, man. You better flip that blanket around, whatever banner.
No, yeah. I don't know. I might put it around Sting. Who knows?
Hey,
Those-
that.
Who knows?
I
what
mean, that would
might
be a
do.
nice autograph too, man.
It would be.
I mean, Sting. What?
That's a good one. That's a good one.
It would be.
Yeah, Sting and Flair.
Mm-hmm.
I might
Hey,
have
on,
to fight you
Tuesday-
for that one, bro.
And
On
the Great
Tuesday,
Khali.
OBA Femi and Ivar. OBA Femi and Ivar had a really good match. Really
Good
good
boys.
match.
Oh, but
yeah,
Femi's
yeah.
really
Ivar-
good.
But yeah, I mean Ivar is too. Don't discredit Ivar.
Oh, no.
Ivar's
I
really
don't.
good as well.
Yeah,
Ivar's-
I mean,
Ivar
let's be honest.
carried him.
Ivar
I
was
meant-
carrying that match.
Ivar
know.
carried that match. Like, let's keep it
Yeah.
a stack.
Wes Lee is back. Just out of nowhere. I mean, coming out the crowd. You know what? I'm not gonna lie. We talked a lot about Trick Williams and everything, but I gotta say, I think Wes Lee is more of like the face of NXT than Trick Williams.
He'll be
is.
champion next.
I-
Yeah.
I feel like once upon a time you could have said that, but like he has to get back there, and he
has to get
even
back
in
there. The injury set
Yeah.
him back. I agree. The injury
Yeah.
did set him
But-
back. The promo where his girl was just randomly standing there. Yeah, I do agree. That was.
No, I was
That
gonna
was
say it's
awkward. That was the most
Josh
awkward
Briggs
promo in
even
the
kind of
world.
alluded to that. Like,
Yeah, it was
That
like it
was
was
not-
weird.
Yeah.
It was weird stuff happening when he lost. Then he got injured. Yeah, but he's back, and I'm happy to see him back. Looks like he's ready. The pop was real. I don't think he's being
Yeah.
Oba Femi though. Like,
is
I
he
was
being
just
Josh
gonna
Briggs?
say, I like the back. Wesley's a great
Mhm.
worker, but it's like you build up Oba
yeah,
like to be this dominant guy. So it's like, okay, he can't lose to Wesley. Like
Another-
after even like the Ivar match, like
Mhm.
come on, like yeah, you're gonna come back. You should have just made your return, just not against Oba, because he's like you're coming back to lose.
So what y'all saying is there's no title in Wesley's future because he ain't getting it from Trick either.
He should.
yes, he is. I can see it.
I see,
should.
I see
should,
Trick
I can
more
see
than
it.
Oba.
I can see it. And the only reason why I see that is because Trick will be going to main roster before Wesley.
Really? You think so?
I'm gonna call it now. Trick
Yes.
Williams is
Yes.
gonna be a surprise entry in the Rumble.
Oh yeah, 100%.
That whoop that
Oh my
trick
God,
thing when that hits
I'm
at
gonna call
number
this
4.
Crazy.
Since we're calling stuff, I'm calling this. I feel like the feud he'll have with Wes Lee will do more for his career and his in work than he did with
Carmelo.
Carmelo.
Well, yeah, because he
Yeah,
needs someone
'cause
who
he'll
can
be-
wrestle
he'll be
look good. So
Well, no, he'll be an established wrestler already, and he'll be doing his thing.
He'll be better by then.
Yes, he'll be
Yeah.
way
I
better.
feel like
by then.
the good old trick
I
effect.
feel like the feud he'll have with that will add that missing piece that I've been saying all along.
Maybe another wild thing that happened on Spring Breakin' was
What's a wild name?
it's such a wild name.
Breaking.
Right, Spring
Yeah.
Breakin'. Axiom Fraser defeated AOP, retained their tag titles. I was like,
I don't
damn,
like that.
Okay, I didn't like it either.
Yeah,
I didn't like it
that either.
But the match was good. The match was good. Good tag team match.
But then,
There was
Yeah,
but
but
nothing
then
these
you
you
could
guys
draft
just
do.
them.
got drafted, so it's kind of like
Nothing they could do.
You can't really beat NXT guys, bro. You
right.
draft
Why
the
would I
main-
want these guys? They couldn't win an
the main
NXT.
card. Yeah.
Like there was nothing they could do to protect these guys, and they tried, but
They
like,
did try.
it was like, and it just didn't work. I was like, no, like
that was so easy.
I don't
You
care
know what? You
how
could-
hard you kick that man. He's too big. Like
Listen,
they could have ended this in a brawl, and they all just fight to the back, and it was just a no contest.
I would have preferred that.
I'm also calling for
That
help.
was easy.
I'm also calling for a lot of help because, I'm not even calling for them. I'm praying for the OC
Mm.
because they're trying. They are trying, but they are way too advanced. Way too advanced. These guys, these young guys, man, they can't keep
Bless
up.
their hearts for going back.
They can't keep up,
Yeah.
and the OC, man, they're trying to dim it down, but the matches are so bad. It's so bad
They
because
can't.
they're trying to teach these young guys how to run the ropes, and these young guys can't keep up. They're not ready, and the OC is the wrong, not a bad tag team, but the wrong tag team to. I don't want to say to learn from. They're the perfect tag team to learn from. You know what I mean? But they're a bad tag team to be in a showcase with when somebody's so green.
Yeah, no, I
That's
agree with you in that sense.
but-
Yeah.
All right, so I can see what you're saying, but as a working wise, I'd rather be there in someone that's gonna make me keep up with them than me slowing down. Like in an early age, like I'm not gonna learn anything from someone who's on the same level. Like if we're both 3 months in, and we go out there and have a one-on-one match, what are we learning from each other?
I mean, I get that.
We both don't know what.
I get that, but
you know what I mean? We don't know what we're doing.
You learn by growth. You grow together.
I mean, yes and no, but at the end of the day, you need those wrestlers, especially NXT in this time, because you have a lot of people who didn't have a wrestling background, like sports route. That's where they're from. So, like I think, yes, to a point that maybe they're not the best because they're at a level where they're not. The NXT is not at this point, but.
Maybe
yes, on the point where they need these guys to be like, okay, step the fuck here.
I mean,
Not you're getting out of here.
I agree with Zombie because I think like the guys that they're choosing to bring up at this moment or bring down, is like AOP and OC, and these guys are like indie experienced workers, and like that's the level they're trying to get NXT at because at the very minimum that's where you need to be at here. So like. You're on an NIL. We want to teach you.
Bullet Club indie. I feel like they're like Japan. I would consider them more Japan.
That's kind of what I mean. That's kind of what I mean.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
That's not, like they're just the style of wrestling that these kids needs to learn because they've never been in a ring with that. But it also exposes how green they are. So I agree with Martin in that sense. Marcus in that sense. Definitely exposes
100%.
them.
It definitely does expose them. So
to a point where it's bad.
Yeah, but there's definitely the right people to learn from. They need it.
We'll see. We'll see. Last thing, Chelsea Green.
Go.
Next week, Roxanne Perez for the NXT Championship.
Just
come on now. Put the title on my
Martin. Martin, what do you call Cody Rhodes? What do you call Cody Rhodes? The best loser?
He's the best loser.
I think we got the new title. It's Chelsea Green.
Oh, yeah.
Now. She's the absolute best loser.
Best jobber in the business, I'll tell you.
I'll tell you what.
I think
Chelsea Green had the best dress. Y'all saw that bow dress? That thing was awesome.
The pink one?
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah. I think Chelsea's getting it.
Nah.
I wouldn't be mad. I'll be super
I really,
hell
really
yeah.
think she's gonna. Did Roxanne get drafted? I don't remember if I saw
No,
her
she's
name or not.
champion. No, so
Oh yeah,
she
she's a
was
champion. That's
on
right. That's right.
on NXT. She was complaining to Ava like, "Why didn't I get drafted?" And she's like, "Champions aren't eligible."
That's
dummy."
right, yeah.
Like, bro, like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, put
So
the title on Chelsea Green.
Whoa.
Do it.
Wait, is the draft still going on?
Tomorrow's the last night.
Oh, so you can't even do it.
I'm about to say, does she pull like a Kevin Nash, Hulk Hogan finger touch?
And
Just drop
just
the
to go to
title
the main roster.
just so she can get drafted.
And then doesn't.
And Chelsea Green will be the perfect character to do that.
Because she would never get. Yeah, she would be literally.
Yeah, and she just goes in the ring and be like, and just lays in the ring. Jesse's like, what? Really? No, no problem.
I'm with it. I'd be with it because Chelsea Green's gonna have the gold as she should.
Chelsea Green
And I
should be
think-
champion.
I
After
think
watching that match,
her-
I think it'd be perfect. They really don't have a runner-up right now.
she's just
I don't-
perfect. She's the best amount of entertainment NXT can need to make it great, especially
No, I
for the
agree.
women's division.
she'd be a great champion.
The reason why I don't see that
Yeah,
happening
and then she
though,
has Piper.
is
Go ahead.
because she got drafted to SmackDown, right? And I think they want to do more Nick Aldis stuff, kind of like what they were doing with Adam Pearce. But
Hmm.
also, I mean, it's just one of those things where, like, I think she's there because the rosters lock in. So she got the match settled before the rosters locked in. It was kind of one of those things. But I don't
No,
think
but I
she's
think-
winning.
I think
she
that's
goes to
so-
SmackDown
think
and
that's
just
so-
annoys.
I think that's so perfect though, right?
I
The-
was
the
saying,
team-
but that
the-
it
oh,
would
yeah.
enhance it.
No,
Oh,
but
yeah,
I
they
think
Make
that's
it even
so.
better.
I think that's so perfect though because with both general managers just so annoyed by her and her excellence, because that's what it is. It's excellence.
And
Right?
Ava
They're so
loving her.
annoyed by it, right? And Ava loving her, she wins, right? And then I was gonna say Nigel McGuinness, but that's a different promotion. The GM from
Wait,
SmackDown, right, is like, oh no, like we have to trade you now. You beat the champion, so you're the champion. You have to go to NXT, and we're gonna get Roxanne Perez. And then
Okay,
you tell
I
the
like
story
that.
of you tell the story of Chelsea Green trying to get back to main roster, and she's trying to lose, but she always wins her match somehow by like a mistake or something she does, and
Or
she
even
wins, and
Ava's
she
in her
retains.
corner.
Right?
Yeah,
Or
it'd
even
be-
Oh,
Ava's
that'd
in
be-
her corner.
But yo, so
But don't she still got Piper, right? Huh?
well,
Yeah,
I
they
mean,
got
she
drafted
could be a
together.
I mean,
manager
she doesn't
or
need
whatever.
Piper. Yeah, they did get drafted together. So Piper could
But,
Piper could be her the reason why she retains some of the her title defenses in NXT.
So during the SmackDown of last week, they were Bronson Reed and Sammy had a match, and one of the things the announcer said was if Bronson Reed wins, Sammy goes back into the draft, and Bronson
Yep.
stays champion. So in a sense, they've already announced that is
Good
kind of
point.
in effect. So like
Yep.
literally, if she beats Roxanne could like be like, nah, I want her spot on Raw now, and then we got Roxbox and Piper Niven together.
But,
And then it would be
yeah, because he can easily say, "Well, I lost a SmackDown superstar. Well, I need someone to replace her.
Yeah, so that'd be
Roxanne Perez.
Put the
That'd be a
gold
perfect space
on
for-
Chelsea Green.
saying
Do
like
it.
that,
Do
I
it.
will
We
say that
need
makes
it.
sense
If
because
you
then
want,
it'll
if
be
you
even
want
funnier.
views, Shawn Michaels, HBK, do it.
I'll say it'll
Say
be
that one
even
more time,
funnier
Dario.
when Nick Aldis is just like calling Adam Pearce and was like, all you had to do was trade her. Like that was like he doesn't even deal with one day of her. Yeah, I think that'd be hilarious. I'm all for it now. Put the title on Chelsea Green.
There you go. I changed his
All
mind. You
for
see
It'd be
it.
that?
so entertaining.
See that? I changed his mind. Should be
Yeah,
proud
man.
of me. Should be proud of me. Other than that, there were some other big things happening in the world of wrestling. Speaking of big things happening, Nitram, your guy's back. Well, not back. He's not back. But he cut a hell of a promo.
Apparent.
He cut a hell of a
Apparent.
promo Wednesday
Yeah.
night. Probably his best promo ever, being on AEW. But some people call him the wrestling god. ZombiieKing shrugs his shoulders like, "Come on now, he's good, but let's chill out." Kenny
I
Omega.
mean, there's only one JBL, bro. How you gonna disrespect us tonight?
What's got her?
Kenny
Don't
Omega.
disrespect JBL, bro.
Kenny Omega returns to wrestling for a little bit. Then my man gets jumped by his best friends. He was out there. Yeah, you guys are EVPs, but I'm EVP too. Just because Tony Khan's
Yeah,
not
man.
here, But hey, the Young Bucks said, nah, scratch this. Take you out. You
My
can't make no
friend.
decisions. I just want to say, I'm a fan of the Young Bucks right now. And I've been a fan, but I'm a fan. I'm a fan of what they're doing right now. This EVP
Killing
thing is great television. Great television. The vest is hilarious. Like these guys don't even have muscles. So the fact that they're even trying to wear these vests and pull it off is the most funniest thing. So the Elite, they built a new Elite that I'm not going to say is better than the original, but is a healthier Elite than the original. So I'm excited to see where it goes. They just took out Kenny. Kenny had the face off with the one and only Okada. Told him to give him he told him to give him a few months. I don't believe that. I think that's just a work.
I don't. That surgery is legit. From what everyone's saying is that he is going to get the surgery. It's going to be anywhere between 4 months to a year. I think he cut that promo in case everything goes wrong. I think Kenny Omega is AEW's GM because that's what they were kind of emphasizing, right? Is that he had an ironclad contract. He could never leave. He's always going to be in charge. Same thing with the Bucks. So I think that's what they came out to kind of start bringing it in because apparently Kenny's going to keep being off TV because he is going to get the surgery. And I hate to say it, but it's a pretty dang serious surgery. You know what I mean? There is no chance that he actually comes back at all. So I would hate that. But if he becomes like a GM or something like that, that's cool. I feel like the crowd didn't realize the promo was supposed to be serious at first. And they were kind of just talking over him and stuff. And then when it got to that serious point, they were real quiet. And then they didn't know how to react because they did a segment where Kenny took a bump after he just said, my stomach can pretty much explode and I'll be in this situation anyway. So it was kind of hard to tell how people were supposed to react there. But apparently the surgery is legitly going to happen for Kenny Omega. And, obviously wish him well. That's my guy.
Yeah, man.
I mean, we all wish him well. We do. I mean, I'm excited for him to come back. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see who he's going to build to beat this new version of the Elite. Obviously, we know it's going to be Hangman Adam Page in his corner. Maybe we see Kota Ibushi, who's coming off of 2 broken ankles. But hey, he's looking pretty good. He had a warm-up match. He did a warm-up match. He looked pretty decent. Looked like he didn't even break his ankles. 43-year-old man out there just chilling.
Swerve Strickland.
I think it's FTR.
You think it's FTR?
Really do think it's FTR.
It should be FTR.
Makes sense.
It's only lost to them.
Makes sense.
It's going to be random. It's going to be FTR, Swerve, and Hook.
No, I wasn't. It should be Swerve, Hangman, maybe Daniel Bryan,
maybe Edge.
I have a theory that Hangman's actually in with the Elite still, y'all.
Or
I think Hangman's heel, and he's going to use his powers that he never uses, and he's going to get himself a title match. I don't think Hangman's facing the situation at all.
I can see that.
Hangman's an MVP.
Hangman
they don't talk about
power.
So
we'll see. We'll see what happens. I have a question for the 3 of you. You can answer it. It's really a yes or no question. If you want to go in depth, please feel free.
Let's see.
But are you liking what the FTW champion, Chris Jericho, is doing? Brandy Savage?
I will not go in depth. I'll just say, wait, what are they doing?
Do you like what he's doing? He's the learning tree?
No,
he's the guy
I thought they made an announcement or something. I'm like, no, because I've seen Chris Jericho come out, and I was like, I don't want to watch this no more. So, no, I absolutely do not like it. I'm on the same boat as Taz. I just don't like it on him. I'd rather it on his son.
You don't like the learning tree? Everyone should learn from Chris Jericho. He's got the underwear on. What are those called? The trunks, right, Anthony? Or not trunks?
Mm-hmm.
Trunks, yeah, trunks.
The trunks.
I'm just tired of Chris Jericho factions. That's just.
He looks like he's getting the fake 6-pack is coming back.
Yeah,
he's off tour.
BBL Jericho.
ZombiieKing, are you a fan of the legend and Hall of Famer Chris Jericho? What he's got going on in his career right now?
Is he a Hall of Famer?
I mean, I would say he's a Hall of Famer.
I mean,
he's not in the Hall of Fame. So.
We know.
I know. The Shane Bautista's not in the Hall of Fame.
He's not in the Hall of Fame.
The future Hall of Fame. Future Hall of Famer. Future Hall of Famer
I mean,
Chris Jericho.
obviously he's a Hall of Famer. I'm kidding, guys. Obviously he's a Hall of
He's still
Famer,
gonna lace
hands
his
down.
boots.
But is he not killing his legacy a little bit? Can we all agree yes? I don't know. I think you're too much of a fan. It's to a point where it's like, it's just stop. Like, even to a point to where we saw Undertaker, and we all had that moment watching Undertaker, and was like, just stop. With all due respect, sir, stop.
Just
retire. You did enough.
stop.
You're a GOAT. You're a legend. We don't need to see bad matches. I think he should have a banger retirement match. I don't know against who, but someone good. So we can get maybe Will Ospreay. I want to be mad at that. And I think he should go into commentating and be a legend for AEW and be a established commentator. And we get something like a JR and King. Maybe we get a Taz and Y2J. I don't know.
Now the only way
There's
that
something
works,
other than wrestling right now.
the only way that works is if he like legit fucks off for like 6 months, cause like it's just too much of him in the meantime. It's always Jericho in the meantime, and a retirement match wouldn't matter.
I love him on commentary.
No, I think he'd be great on commentary, but
Mr. Nitram.
I know he wants to go off right now. I can see his like the steam.
Please tell us how you feel about Mr. Chris Jericho,
the FTW champion.
The FT, yeah,
free
FTW
the world.
champion.
I think
free the world.
I think if you looked at Chris Jericho 2 months ago, I would have told y'all I think he needs time off TV. You look at Chris Jericho right now. Chris Jericho is not having bad matches. His match with Hook was really good. His match on Wednesday was really good. Okay, they were good matches. You guys are just tired of seeing him. That doesn't change the fact these are good matches. Chris Jericho is doing great character work, and he's keeping people on TV. I know you said you're tired of seeing Chris Jericho in factions. Chris Jericho factions gets people who wouldn't have TV time. Because I hate to say it, without Ricky Starks, Big Bill was right back in the back. And now he's back. That match he had on Wednesday, without him. Chris Jericho is a draw. And he always will be a draw. And I don't care if he goes out there and moves 1 mile fucking per hour, okay, and to do a spinning elbow. I'm always going to pop when I see Chris Jericho. He took away the Judas song. When that comes back, we're all going to be like, oh, look how great it was. Chris Jericho is reliving his entire career. He reinvents himself every time, and he never fails. Never. I'm telling you guys right now, and hear me out. Just hear me out. And give it, today is the 2nd, May 2nd. Give it next month,
May 2nd,
on the 2nd, or the next, the
closest episode, May 3rd,
the closest episode to the 2nd that we record next month. Okay.
Yeah.
I bet you the Chris Jericho faction will be one of the main things on TV, and not only will be in a great storyline, we'll be helping people who normally would not be on TV as stars, who would be in catering, sitting back, get massive TV time. Chris Jericho's a draw, and he's helping people in his career. Whether you like it or not, the FTW Championship, adding that little Chris Jericho plate on it, in my opinion, has made that title more relevant, more talked about than Hook walking around with it. Because they're actually addressing it.
Bold statement.
But they're addressing
Don't say that.
When Hook was FTW champion, he was just an FTW champion. He was just walking around with his dad's belt. Chris Jericho adds a little thing to it, and Taz is on commentary blowing up. Taz never talked about the title while his son was in the ring. He just talked about his son. The FTW championship is getting recognized, and it's being elevated. Chris Jericho is elevated.
He's a good dad.
I don't think so. I think it's doing the exact opposite. I think Jericho holding the FTR title at this point of his career, it's making it even more meaningless when Hook had it.
Agreed.
I can't see it.
It's like one of those like championships, like the Brahma Bull Championship now. Even
the
more
people
so.
champion, yeah.
But like, you know what I mean? Like I personally don't think he's as much of a draw as you say or I don't want to say think he is, but like I agree that what he's doing for people is definitely true. But I don't think he's a draw. I think he's just has enough pull to get on TV, like and do whatever he wants.
He's one of the highest paid people there.
He's one of the highest paid people.
Of course,
he's literally.
So would you not want your highest paid person on TV, or you just want them sitting in the back doing nothing? If you have LeBron James and he's only playing 12 points, you're still going to play him.
What I'm saying is, I don't think what you're saying he's doing. I think he's using as leverage. What I mean by that is like putting those people on TV. He's using that as his reason to get TV time or whatever. And I'm not saying like selfishly or anything like that. I'm just saying like, yeah, like because that's how he's gonna get on TV and that's how it would be good. Because otherwise, it's just gonna be him by himself in matches. The learning true factions. I agree with you though. It is for the greater good of wrestling. I do agree with you on that.
It is for the greater good, but also at the same time, I feel like at the same time, it's also kind of like leeching, right? Like Jericho is, you're right, putting these people who we wouldn't see on TV, but are we really getting to see them, or are we really just seeing them around Chris Jericho?
That's kind of what I mean. That's
TV times
TV. I mean, if you think about it, not to go too much into your Batista, but it's almost the same thing you say about him at this point of career. He's only having good matches if he's in there with high caliber guys. You're not getting good matches out of Chris Jericho with regular old guys.
Chris Jericho in his prime,
who you're
put over people. People are just paying the same favors. Chris Jericho's a living legend. Don't ever compare him to Batista. Batista couldn't lace his boots.
Yeah, but talking about if right now in his career, he's not having good matches by himself.
Okay, look, we could talk Batista and compare him to any other world champion there is. I want to talk about a world champion right now who, listen, fellas, huge fan. And I feel like he needs to hang it up. And I feel like he's one of those wrestlers that we speak of when you put somebody really, really good in the ring next to him, the match is going to be really, really good. He's mediocre at his age, at the time where he's at right now. Edge, a.k.a. formerly now known as Mr. Adam Copland, the TNT champion, was in a match with Mr. Buddy Murphy. Incredible. I mean, the match was good because of Buddy, not because of Adam Copeland.
Literally because of Buddy.
Right.
It takes two, y'all. You can't always say that.
Two.
But Adam's storytelling is good. Give him that. His in-ring
storytelling
is
so prominent.
Remember, he's putting over what Buddy's doing to him. So if he's not putting over what Buddy's doing to him, all that cool stuff that Buddy's doing to him means nothing.
You're absolutely right.
It takes two, y'all.
I like the fact that we're done with the Christian Adam Copeland thing, which we will get into 100%. That here in a minute. But at the same time, I don't want to see Adam Copeland with his belt. I feel like the TNT Championship should be around the waist of somebody who's going to elevate it, somebody young, somebody who's going to be having these exciting matches. And I kind of want it to be one of those belts where it changes hands with exciting people.
I think you're worried about the wrong thing, bro.
I would think so.
And I think Adam Copeland is not that guy. I'm not worried about the wrong thing because
no, I think you are because you're worried about Adam Copeland holding that title. I don't want to see Adam Copeland join a spooky faction. Okay, it didn't work with the Brew 2.0 when they did it with Judgment Day. It's not going to work. It's just going to make that group look so bad.
Oh no,
that's what they're leading
he's not going to join.
Bro.
He's not joining.
Come on, bro. You saw the segment. My boy straight up said, smack my son with that chair. Do it. All right, we'll leave then.
But gonna do it. He's not joining.
I seen the segment, but I didn't get to take that he was joining them. Cause I seen like on Twitter they kept comparing it to Judgment Day.
Well, everyone who gets misted usually turns, and I think that's what they were trying to tell.
Not everyone, because Willow didn't turn.
Yeah, he's Adam Coleman.
That's because Julia Hart's spit doesn't work that well.
He's gonna pull off like Spider-Man with the venom and just rip it out of him.
We'll see. I'm just saying. You want a really good match with Adam Copeland, you got to have a really good wrestler across from him. And that's that.
I can see that.
Luckily, he's in the brand where the wrestlers wrestle.
What I'm about to say goes to an early Brandy Savage, and it might go to a Brandy Savage right now too, and it might even go to a ZombiieKing. Tony Khan knows how to tell stories. and he knows how to tell stories perfect. He makes it make sense. Does it take long? Sure, obviously. It's long-term storytelling. Our guy, Swerve Strickland, kicks off the show because it's his house. EVP, he cuts his promo. EVP's is like, nah, you got a match. And your match is with this guy. And here comes stepdaddy Christian Cage. Sleeveless turtleneck and all. With his family. Luchasaurus. Nick Wayne. Mama Wayne.
Kill Switch. His name is Kill Switch.
Kill Switch. And the Patriarch. I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry.
Patriarchy.
Who am I?
Sorry. If you want to be proper.
Who am I? But no, Christian speaks about their tag team match in London. Says he never forgets. Talks about how he almost murdered his son. Which we all agree that was almost murder. Like,
yeah,
literally almost killed somebody on national television. And then proceeds to beat the champion, which kind of made me frustrated because where the hell is that? I'm just saying, Swerve, if you listen to us, you make me a member of the Mongol embassy, nobody will ever jump you like that ever again. I got your back.
Never again. I got your back, bro.
Brian Page had a match that night. Still ain't come out for his boy.
That's what I'm saying. Ain't nobody came out for their leader, yo. I'd have kicked all the men out of backstage.
I'm telling you, bro. I can swerve when I drive. I'm telling you.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, 100%. But Christian Cage, Swerve Strickland, everyone's saying they would like to see Christian with the title. Swerve's not dropping this title in a month. But the match should cook. My question to you...
It'll be a nice feud.
My question to you, Brandy, is do you like this for Swerve's first actual feud for his title right now? Is Christian the right guy?
Christian's the perfect guy. So, we all know at some point Swerve has to pay the sins of his heel side. And everybody knows, all right, that's Hangman Adam Page. That's coming. That's, his vengeance is coming soon. But everybody forgot Nick Wayne's. So it's the perfect story to start his title feud with, in a sense, if we're not counting Kyle Fletcher. In that sense, because he's if it's the heel's job to put over the babyface, you pick the right heel.
100%. 100%. I think Christian Cage got that heat where he can turn a heel to a babyface, and with this feud, exactly what we're gonna get. Or Swerve might be the biggest babyface in the business after this.
Especially if people start going as hard as Swerve went against Swerve now, you know what I mean? It'll be he'll really start paying. It'll change the way we look. Like, oh man, it'll be fine. That's gonna be a fire story.
Yeah, but I will say this: with this feud with Christian, everything has to line up perfectly. It can't be half-assed. It can't be decent matches. It has to, each time level
we
up.
seen him put on bangers with Nick Wayne not even a year ago. Those was pretty good matches then.
That's what I'm saying too. This can last for a couple of months. If we see it as a video game, I mean, there's 3 or 4 levels before you get to Christian.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see. We'll see what's up. We'll see what's up Saturday, fellas. We got a pay-per-view, PLE. We don't have to wake up at 4:30 in the morning to watch this one.
This one?
It's going to be 12:30 in the afternoon.
Oh, that's perfect.
Still sweet.
Yeah, cool.
Perfect timing.
He's
Applebee's timing right there, bro.
Time I wake up.
You get a decent. You could get a decent brunch. Maybe get some mimosas. Maybe turn on the grill.
Like the way this guy thinks.
I like the way. I like the way.
We're going to Marcus house on Saturday.
Yo,
I'll drive.
Was that an invite?
Jump in the car, Savage. We're going North Carolina.
Yeah, that seems like an invite for real.
Mimosas on deck, bro. Let's go.
Come through. I like the fact that WWE is keeping the BackLash theme, red, white, and blue. Obviously, started with the home country, the home team all day long. Brandy Savage was in the building. But we're going to be in France, man. We're going to be in France. I like this. It's different.
I hope they keep that theme for BackLash. Just a different
Just being out of the country.
Not a state. Yeah, like come on. Why
Well,
not?
I like that. I like
the
that.
reports say that all the B+ shows are supposed to be out of the country shows now, and only the ones that hit in the United States will be the major 5. So it's not the big 4 anymore; it's the big 5, which is Survivor Series,
I
SummerSlam,
don't say 5.
Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, Money in the Bank. They consider those the big 5.
So I'm sure, like, going forward in the future, now that like Roman and like the long-lasting champion is done, the whole idea of like Backlash being the rematches of Manias will probably pop up again. You know what I mean? So like,
Yeah.
if like Seth Rollins wasn't hurt, it would probably be him, Drew, and Damien in a triple threat match if Seth wasn't hurt. You know what I mean? Like things like that. Like, but
Possible.
so hopefully they get back to that because I've always appreciated that, the rematches.
Damn. Not to go too far off, but I know Marcus wanted to jump back on subject, but imagine if Seth didn't get hurt. Will Damien Priest still be champion right now?
Would he still
Just
be the
imagine,
fourth
like,
pick?
like Back to the Future type thing. Like,
Would he
if you
still
can
be
change
the fourth
past, how
overall
would the
pick?
future be?
Or would,
Oh yeah,
you know, would he be
would it be
higher?
number 1?
Would he be number 1? Like, talking about a guy who's out for 9 months as the fourth
I don't
overall
know.
pick.
Endless stuff. Okay,
I don't think anybody was beating main event Jey Uso apparently. So
number 1, baby.
Yeet.
all right, number 1.
Yeet.
Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this pay-per-view card. I'm not really sure what the order is, but we'll just talk about every match that's going to be on the card. I believe this match is going to kick off the show. Everyone's hyped to see this. You got a tag team match. Kevin Owens, Randy Orton going up against the new Bloodline 2.0, the Solo Line, Solo Sikoa, Tama Tonga, and this is going to be Tama Tonga's debut in a major PLE too.
Against major heavy hitters.
Yeah,
I mean, if you go, Marcus,
go ahead. What do you want to say?
I mean, if you watch Tama Tonga's Japan, if you like study his work style, it's almost similar to Randy Orton's. His moveset was almost similar. He used the cutter a lot, power slam and stuff. Like, looks at stuff, the way he like, I won't say his demeanor, because his demeanor back then to me and now is not the same, but move wise, very similar to Randy Orton, I think. So to see them two in the ring, it's going to be very interesting.
It's funny to think about, like, in the reality of wrestling, Tama Tonga is probably as much as a veteran as Randy Orton.
100%.
But in the world of WWE, he's going to be the rookie out of the 4. You know what I mean?
It's crazy how's that set up.
Right.
He's probably been in the business for all his life. I mean, his dad's hot cool.
Right.
But the minute you go to the E, it's like, I don't want to say it erases, because especially now, because with Paul, Triple H's in business, he likes to bring all that history with them. But like, imagine a year ago, like, it'll be completely erased. It'll be a whole new character, a whole new person.
What I want to ask you, Nitram, is, with this being Tonga's first debut match, especially on a major PLE, or not a major PLE, a big PLE, with Backlash itself, how important, but also how much trust does, I'm going to call him Paul, I'm not going to call him Triple H because he's the boss now, Paul, how much trust does he have in Tonga being in the ring with guys like Randy Orton, Kevin Owens, these established WWE guys, these hand-picked guys, also with learning and teaching Solo a different form and style of way of wrestling that he wasn't going to be able to get?
Well, I think that when it comes to Tonga, I think he is a hand-picked guy. A lot of people don't sign, like, people overlook the fact that he skipped NXT. And I know this is technically his second run, but his first run wasn't long. So it was like, he skipped over NXT. Not a lot of people can say they do that. It's a very special list of people that skip over NXT. You know, it's AJ Styles, Dom Mysterio, and I think now it's him. And I think this match is honestly an angle, to be honest. I think this is where you see the brand new bloodline. I think Randy will have the match close to winning, and then Jacob Fatu comes out. I think they're saving the big debut. This is the new bloodline. This is the faction.
Yeah,
and it's just 3 big, beefy Samoans.
Yeah,
you know, the Samoan
and I think
SWAT squad. Like, That's what I
squad.
think they're going
Yeah.
for.
You know what's crazy about all that? Not to like fast forward, but that was literally my finish. You know, the black hoodie, the infamous tribal black hoodie. That's my finish for the Damian Priest Jey Uso match. That's when I was like, that's when Jacob pulls up. But maybe it's too early for that. I don't know.
Let's see.
Jimmy's out too long.
All right. I got two quick things before we move on from this match. Thomas Allen's a good pick. There's something I wanted to say last week. He's a good pick for multiple reasons because he fits in with the Bloodline, and he's also an original member from the Bullet Club where Finn Balor made. So if he ever breaks up from Bloodline, he has plenty of other stories. And then if you know that if they open up the show, you're gonna see him at the end of the night, 100%.
Yeah,
we could see. A lot of people are speculating this is going to be a gimme win for the new Bloodline because Solo has been on a losing streak, if you will. WWE doesn't count it, but you know, IWC counts it. So a lot of people are saying that this is going to be a gimme match for the Bloodline, but also it's going to be like a no contest, kind of like a DQ, because you still have to protect Randy Orton and you still have to protect Kevin Owens, and you're not just going to make them go out there and lose clean. That's not going to happen, first of all. So maybe Martin is right. Maybe you see a Jacob Fatu come out. Maybe you see a Zilla come out. There's a lot of speculations. You know what I mean? Maybe Nia Jax comes out and just bodies both of them. Who knows?
Dude, I pay for that.
Who knows what's going to happen?
she would be eating RKO so quick. Get out of here.
Yeah.
Nia just leads the whole bloodline. That'd be crazy.
Mm-hmm. We got another tag team match, but this one's for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. The Kabuki Warriors, Asuka and Kairi Sane, are going up against Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill.
Damn, that's a tough one, man. These are some tough predictions.
I mean, that to me personally, that's not a tough one. That's more of a sad to say prediction that they're probably gonna take the titles off the Kabuki Warriors.
Nope. I think.
Why is that?
I
think they, and Marcus knows I hate this booking, but the Triple H is something that he loves to do. I think they're gonna do the accidental I hit my partner spot and everything collides so the other team wins. I think Jade. No, let's reverse it. I think Bianca will accidentally hair whip Jade. Jade will get mad. They'll collide. And Asuka will miss to whoever the active lady is, and they'll do a quick roll-up pin. It'll be a quick roll. It's not going to be like a straightforward win. But I think they're going to do that stupid spot where it's an accidental hit, and the partner's like, "Why'd you hit me, bro?" And they just can't collide anymore.
Yeah,
it's too early for that.
I hate that spot.
I was just gonna say I see that spot, exactly that spot, but after they win the title.
Yeah.
And that's how they lose the title, and that's how they go right into the feud with them.
But Jake Cargill's on TV, 5 stars.
Yeah. I think this match is going to Jade and Bianca. You're not just going to have them on television on a tag team without gold. The Kabuki Warriors don't need it. Plus, also Damage Control looks like they're on a downward spiral right now as well. So, you know, I don't know. Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill, though, women's tag team. Who beats that tag team? They would have to relinquish the titles.
It's like, come on.
So,
Jacob Fatu and Nia Jax.
Not even them.
Oh damn!
I don't care how many Samoan drops you got. It's not working.
It's not enough.
We got a triple threat match for the women's championship, WWE Women's Championship. Let me clarify. Bayley, Naomi, Tiffany Stratton. I think this match. Bayley's gonna win, yes, and Bayley's only winning because I feel like Tiffany Stratton's gonna do the rookie thing, and she's gonna be more focused on trying to take out Naomi, and she's just gonna cause herself the match where Bayley will get the win on Tiffany Stratton, because I don't think Naomi's taking a pin here.
I do.
I think Tiffany's.
No, I think you're right.
I think Tiffany's taking the pin.
Yeah, but roll up, nothing clean.
No,
no, it has to be clean. It's Bayley. She ain't doing
off guard finisher.
No, but you don't need to do a roll up dirty.
It'll be an
like
off guard finisher.
she can. Yeah, She can hit the moonsault. Boom, pop up, showboat, and Bailey's right there with the pin. That's not dirty. That's being smart.
With belly to belly.
I think that's what
Yeah,
happens.
or belly
She goes to do the
true,
moonsault, and Bailey reverses it into a belly to belly, which is a sad finish. But I think Naomi either way takes the pin here. I think Tiffany's too bright of a star.
Remember.
She's too bright of a
Tiffany
star.
can take the pin if it's a roll up out of nowhere.
Tiffany
Naomi's probably gonna take the pin clean.
Tiffany will be perfectly fine if she takes the pin
Perfectly
to the future Hall of Famer Bailey and to the future Hall of Famer Naomi. She'll be perfectly fine.
But it doesn't hurt Naomi.
Clean? I don't know. Clean though. It hurts her if she gets beat clean. Yes and no because it's in a 3-way. But kind of yes.
No, it doesn't hurt Tiffany in no shape, way, or form if she gets pinned by Bailey. No way, shape, or form. In fact, it just builds the story between Tiffany Stratton and Naomi.
That's true.
So, yeah.
I mean,
my girl,
I really want to see a story with that.
My girl Bailey's gonna take the dub. We already know what's up.
Yeah.
Co-main event. Excuse me. Singles men match, World Heavyweight Championship. The Boricua God, the Boricua King, the Wepa Papi himself, Damian Priest.
Yeah.
Who's Wepa on Monday night didn't sound natural. It sounded like he was planning to say it but didn't know when to say it.
Yeah.
I know. We really needed the Diablo. You know what I mean? That's what should have been said.
Yeah.
But,
exactly. I was waiting for that. Damn.
Right.
But never satisfied. We've been asking for weapons for weeks. We get one, and now you're like, we want Diablos? Make up your mind.
Yeah, but it was I don't know. It wasn't the perfect moment for a weapon.
Yeah, I felt like the weapon just was used wrong there. You know what I mean? Like when I use weapon, right. I'm using it to hype it up. You know what I mean? He used it like I don't know.
Like goddamn boy.
That knot was crazy.
Yeah, it was wild.
Yo, I would be pissed at Logan Paul, bro. I mean, Logan. We need to have a talk. Talk is we're gonna be closing this goddamn door behind me, and we're gonna figure this shit out. That shit was on purpose.
Damian Priest, Jey Uso, 1-on-1. I got Damian Priest, Nitram. Who do you got?
Give me Damian Priest with Judgment Day coming out at the end, and they do the Evolution thumbs down spot on my boy for Finn Balor to be his next challenger.
Okay.
I was with you until you said Finn Balor. Give me Damian Priest with the interference with the bloodline with Uso with Solo saying you ain't gonna be champion until I let you be champion.
Okay.
Quote. If he says that word for word,
we gotta
go play the lottery.
I'm gonna play that shit. Mate, what is it?
Brandy Savage.
Recording this on May 2nd. There we go.
I kind of really liked what Martins had to say, but like, again, probably too early. But like, you know, you've been hearing the rumblings about Liv Morgan and Judgment Day. Yeah, I like this idea of them all just turning on Damian. He's being real rude. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I love the man. I'm mad proud of him, but he's being real salty to them, bro. Like,
bro,
you not remember who was there for you?
Bro, he's world champion. He got the
world
money. He got the check.
Baby.
He got CJ Perry. He got. I don't know if I can say that. I'm sorry.
Speculation. Rumors and
speculations. Rumors and speculations. But I got Damian Priest retaining his World Heavyweight Championship.
He's retaining it in some fashion.
Sorry, main event, Jey Uso, but you will get it eventually.
You really think the Bloodline is gonna let Jey be a champion, a world champion?
Yeah.
Judgment Day and the Bloodline are gonna come out and be like, "What are you doing here? Oh, we're gonna stop Jey." Like, all right, let's do this together. And then,
I was gonna stop Jey. You're gonna stop? Oh, come on, let's do it.
And then that's when Tama Tonga and Finn Balor had the little face-off.
That's gonna happen.
Before we talk about this main event, let's get a word from our guy, Mr. Brandy Savage.
Dive into a world where every pinfall, every suplex, and every promo is celebrated in fashion. From the legendary 3-count trivia to the iconic bad guy wrestling, we've got the latest gear to elevate your wrestling wardrobe. Show off your passion for the squared circle. It's not just clothing, it's a lifestyle. Come shop with us and unleash your inner champion at foursidesofthering.com. That's foursidesofthering.com.
foursidesofthering.com. You can find all our merch. Shouts out to Brandy Savage for whipping everything up and coming up with all our designs. Fellas,
foursidesofthering.com.
That's right.
earlier in the show, I asked Martin, Nitram, is Cody Rhodes versus AJ Styles a big enough match? Is Cody Rhodes versus AJ Styles bigger? Is the match bigger than the pay-per-view, or is the pay-per-view the right setting for this match? ZombiieKing?
Me personally, I think it's the right setting for this match because, let's be honest, Cody ain't dropping that title anytime soon. So to have a build-up with someone as a high caliber as AJ Styles, just to know that he's going to lose after that feud, after that long build-up, will be kind of pointless. So just to have that one-off match with him, I can see it and I can enjoy it. And not be too mad if he loses, because we all know he's not gonna go over for the title. So why build a long story around it? I mean, it'd be nice, but too predictable.
How about you?
That's the only problem with Cody Rhodes right now, with holding that title.
How about you, Brandy? How are you feeling about the Cody Rhodes AJ Styles? Do you think this match is too big for Backlash? Do you think it needs a major PLE, or is Backlash a perfect pay-per-view for this match?
I feel like, like 2-3 years ago, maybe just 2 years ago, it probably was the perfect match in a bigger pay-per-view. But now considering, like, I feel like AJ's been relegated down to like the mid-carder level. Who, like, kind of like with Randy and Kevin Owens, where they're elevated up and it always makes sense. Or Rey Mysterio, these guys, they're Hall of Famers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But so, like, because, like we said earlier, there's no build-up, this is the perfect setting for it. Because, like, it, you know what I mean? In the sense where I was saying earlier about Backlash used to be about rematches, Roman wasn't coming back. So you had to throw something together inside of a month or less. I think less than a month. I think AJ's a good contender. He just fought for the championship in a Fatal 4-Way Royal Rumble.
You're 100% correct. But if you were just going to do somebody like that's going to be a throwaway, you could have went with somebody like LA Knight.
But you know why AJ Styles in a sense is perfect? Because he's somebody Roman never actually faced. You know what I mean? So it's kind of a good opponent to start with. You know what I mean? Like, because this person deserves a title shot the entire time, realistically. Mm-hmm. So it's good that he got it now. He got 2 inside 3 months.
Yeah,
4 months.
And we also got to look at it too a little bit. Like Roman Reigns, like look at the list.
Oh, he did fight him at Dove.
You know what I mean? If you go down Roman Reigns' list, high caliber. So we kind of need to, I don't want to say mirror, but almost mirror what he did a little bit and have that dominant list. So when it comes to, like what you say with LA Knight, who's a higher caliber wrestler to go over and have that first title defense mean something? AJ Styles.
And also if you put it around, like, AJ's trying to become heel. So right now it's, again, perfect chance, perfect time with him going heel.
Cody right now, it's
that's true.
Top babyface, easy turn.
With what you just heard, Nitram, any comments you want to say? Do you want to tell them that they got it wrong? That this needs to build?
No, I mean,
they needed.
I get what they're saying. You know what I'm saying? I watch wrestling for great wrestling and good stories. And I mean, at the end of the day, this is just great wrestling, but it could have had a great story. And that's all I felt.
Could have the combination of both,
right? Because
could have the combination. Yeah,
it had the easy setup. You know what I'm saying? And they still got.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't got time. I guess. I guess AJ can cut a quick promo before the pay-per-view starts and be like, I was a better Bullet Club leader, and I might sit on my couch and be like, yeah, bring it up. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like AJ.
Yeah, but you can't remember. You can't. Finn's the original leader and creator of the Bullet Club.
Yeah.
So a 3-way match off that would have been that's nice.
I mean,
all three former leaders of the Bullet Club.
That's the case. Still Carl Anderson in there. He was a
wrestling
leader
the
too.
WWE title.
Another question I have for you, three of you.
Feels like a multiverse.
We're gonna start with Nitram. Is it crazy to hear the sentence for the first time ever? Cody Rhodes versus AJ Styles.
100%. Go my bad.
Go ahead and finish your statement, Nitram. Nah, I'm just messing with you.
No, I would say 100% because I thought they worked a long time ago. I thought they've been worked like at least Ring of Honor or TNA or something.
I think what it is that like obviously everyone knows AJ Styles was like the big thing in TNA, then went to Japan, came back for Ring of Honor for a bit, killed it in both Japan and Ring of Honor, vice versa. And then showed up at, correct me if I'm wrong, 2014 Royal Rumble, where they messed up the camera shot.
I think so.
And immediately went to the one person where we all were like, that's who he had to face, and it was John Cena, right? And we were just like, oh, man. And I remember that moment like crazy. The crowd was saying, holy shit. Everybody was like, damn, this is it. And they delivered. I didn't have that same moment for Cody Rhodes, AJ Styles. I didn't have that, holy shit, this is the first time these two are crossing paths. And I don't think it's either one's fault. Like I said earlier, I think they actually have very similar stories. They both were in a company. They left. They redefined themselves. They both ended up in WWE. It's almost like I said, if AJ wanted to, he could be like, bro, you're just trying to be AJ Styles light. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all he did. You beat the top guy in the company. I did that when Cena was here. They could have had such a good story, y'all.
Okay,
now, a follow-up question. Sorry to cut you off, but do you think time has something to do with that? Like because we've seen AJ Styles, he's been in the almost 10 years now? 9, 8?
Oh, 10 years this year, I believe. In WWE alone.
Yeah, so it's like I feel like he's an established WWE wrestler at this point. So the first time he came in, he was more established TNA wrestler. So to see him going against John Cena, at that point, we didn't see him as a WWE wrestler. He's in the ring, but you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? He's in the WWE ring, but us personally didn't see him as a WWE wrestler. You see him as he's from TNA. Oh, he's from New Japan. So I think now, because he's been in the E for, like I said, almost 8, 9 years, now he's got that label. Oh, he's a WWE wrestler. You know what I'm trying to say?
No, I agree with you. He definitely. I mean, like, if you ask me, AJ Styles is in the Hall of Fame instantly.
100%. Even with the WWE right now, he's in the Hall of Fame.
I just think
WWE alone.
Yeah, I think his WWE stats alone just has him established as a Hall of Famer. But I just think, don't get me wrong. What I'm trying to say is that if they didn't say this was the first time ever, would any of us actually have put that together? Because it's that historic, or did they have to tell us that?
Maybe some.
Well, that's my next question. That's my next question to Brandy Savage, for somebody who doesn't, who hasn't really kept up with the indies in 5-10 years, like the way the three of us may have watched the indies and stuff like that, and followed these guys through their career. Brandy, when you hear this is AJ Styles versus Cody Rhodes for the very first time, does that kind of throw a shock at you?
So after hearing he came in 2014. It's not a shock in the sense that like they weren't working for the same companies at the same time, but like it is a shock that like like we said, it's not as eventful as you would think it would be. Like that is a shock, and even like a couple of weeks ago when the tournament started for this title shot, Cody Rhodes said this whole thing about the historic thing about like, oh, we're the only 2 NWA WWE champions or whatever, something of that nature.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like giving it away that he was gonna fight AJ Styles. And like to me, like even then, it was kind of like established. AJ Styles is going to France, and like Cody knew the job to sell this match 2 weeks earlier than it was announced. In a sense, it was kind of like even where we're like, sitting here, like damn, like this needs to be more precedented, and it's not. So you could tell, like even Cody wanted it to be high, like held higher, and they're kind of like forcing it on him in a sense. It feels like, but that is kind of shocking that they never wrestled.
And I
considering
just to add extra facts because I like my facts. Cody Rhodes was released in 2016, so he was doing the Stardust stuff. There was no way they were throwing that man in the ring with AJ Styles. The 2 years that they were together, there was no way I was going to watch AJ Styles for Stardust.
Now we have a fact director in the group. Now, have they really not no promotions at all?
No.
New Japan, nothing.
AJ Styles came in 2014, and then obviously WWE never booked them together because he's a main eventer, and Cody Rhodes was Stardust.
Of course.
When he was released in 2016, he went to Ring of Honor and Japan and did a little small stunt doing some stuff for Impact or whatever they were called back then. At that time, they had like 30 names. So they have actually never fought on television, at least we could say. Because who knows if they ever fought off some random.
I mean, the only place I would think that would happen, state-wise, by TNA, maybe like a.
You think that happens? You think there's like an underground club where wrestlers go and like they have these unsanctioned matches? Like you think Kenny Omega and Roman Reigns? You know what I mean? They meet at this spot and just have an unsanctioned match, and the only way you know is by invite. You know what I mean? Like word of mouth.
Will and Seth have definitely wrestled in this underground.
Right, yeah, Will and Seth definitely.
Oh, can't take no phones in or nothing.
It's like one of the...
Yeah, can't take no phones, no nothing. It's just only your eyes, and you can only speak about it with the people that went.
Yo,
it's like that scene in Rocky.
Sounds crazy.
There's only
Wrestling Fight Club.
There's only Rocky and Creed.
We might have started something.
I'll do that.
Have, just these underground matches, these dream matches people want.
You'll get the text 3 hours before the show starts.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, everyone keeps saying Will and Seth, Dude, I don't want Will and Seth. I want Seth Rollins versus John Moxley. That's the match I want.
Oh man,
I've seen that.
No. You've seen Dean Ambrose. You didn't see John Moxley.
It's always gonna be Will Ospreay.
Nah, I like Will Ospreay.
I'm almost.
A random
I do like Will Ospreay, but I don't know. Now that I see, I don't think. Damn, I can't believe it. I don't think Seth can keep up. Maybe after he heals everything.
Thank God. I thought you were going to say something negative about Will Ospreay. I was about to lose my head. He's started going that way. You can talk about Seth all you want.
He's about to hit you with the Will Ospreay's overrated.
Will Ospreay's not overrated.
I'll drop my
drafted
video right now.
He's not the best. I will say this about Will Ospreay: he's not the best seller.
Adrenaline kicks, man. He's autistic. He feels pain differently. You don't know how to sell. You don't know how to sell like an autistic man.
Valid point. But I have a question.
Valid point.
Buddy Murphy, I was watching that Edge match. Right before Edge won the match, was he going for a stomp? He does the stomp?
He does a stomp.
I love that.
He does the stomp. Actually, he does the stomp and he does the Falcon Arrow. Is that what it's called?
Okay,
yeah, he does that too.
He
does
the suplex into the.
He does those two moves. He does those two moves to pay homage to Seth Rollins for kind of like.
That's fire.
Yeah.
That's two wrestlers.
He was a disciple, bro. You know?
Right.
That's two wrestlers on AEW.
I guess like Nate Ram said, he put him on TV. If you're on TV, you're on TV.
He was on TV.
Yeah, man.
And he was in love with Rey Mysterio's. He was in love with Rey Mysterio's daughter.
I was saying, never forget Dom's debut match was against Seth Rollins.
That was Ava. She's a general manager now.
Yeah.
That wasn't Ava.
I'm just joking. It's not Ava.
Ava's the roster, bro.
That's the roster.
Leah Mysterio.
I wonder. It's crazy. because they did that with Rey Mysterio's daughter,
That was
and now Rhea's with Rey Mysterio's son. So I wonder if that was like a
that's what
a callback, like
it is.
well, you
What
did the
Buddy
daughter,
said
I'm
he
doing the
trusts
son now.
Dom.
Like, haha. Yeah.
Buddy said he trusts Dom because of it, because like he knows the family. He worked with them for a while,
Yeah.
so like he trusts, like he has trust for Dom. Like that's like, if anybody's gonna do it, he's happy as Dom, basically.
True. How good do you think Backlash is going to be?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Out of
I think
what?
it's set up to be a
Out of what?
Are you gonna all right, let's start with, are you gonna watch it live?
He said one out of what?
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it live. Some likes wrestling. We watch wrestling.
So it's the card is good enough for you to watch it live. 1 out of 10.
6.
Sheesh.
7 if I
crazy.
get a Jacob Fatu debut.
7 with a J too.
Brother, this guy stinks!
Look,
I
look.
agree.
Not wrong though.
Hear me out,
What's
guys.
he
We've
wrong
been
with
getting
that?
some
This card
banger-ass
is
pay-per-views.
solid, yeah.
Bar set high
It's a
this year for
solid
pay-per-views.
card.
Yeah, but
No,
the
for real.
bar
Dude,
set
it's a
high for
solid card.
pay-per-views. We've been getting banger pay-per-views from
No,
both shows. The bar set
Pay-per-views just-
high.
No,
And you don't think we're about to get banger matches?
Pay-per-views just started. We only had one pay-per-view, and that was WrestleMania. We're on
You
a-
really think?
No,
Night 2
Marcus,
was a
explain
high
why
You're
this is
bar.
a
not gonna
good
get a
card.
banger match?
Explain why this is a good card, because I need to understand what you see in this card that's like,
Okay. AJ
This
Styles,
is
There's no
amazing.
story, but when it
AJ Styles,
there's no
Cody Rhodes,
stories.
AJ Styles,
1 star.
Cody Rhodes, banger,
Gives it
Banger.
1 star. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
right,
I'll
banger.
tell you how we got
Crazy.
to 7.
banger. That okay.
Damian Priest versus Jay.
Okay, let's do this.
Banger.
Let's do this. Hold on.
Hey, no,
Let's do this.
Yes.
How many points is Cody versus AJ Styles? That's at least.
4 out of 10.
We're doing
that's-
stars.
That's at least.
Are
That's
we
at
doing
least 4.
stars?
No, we're doing
Okay,
points.
4.
We're doing points right now. That's 4 points.
Yes.
All right.
4 points.
So we're already at a 4 out of 10. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Damian
out of
Priest,
10.
Jey Uso.
I get that 3 points. Yeah. Do we do points?
1.
Do we half a
We're
point?
at 5.
Oh,
I'm giving 2
that's
points.
a 3.
Or 2.
That is a 3. How dare you?
Yeah, I'm
How
giving 2.
dare you disrespect
Okay, we're
the Wetbox King?
gonna
with
go.
a 1.
We're gonna go, since they went 1 and 2. We're gonna meet in the middle, 1.5. So we're at 5.5.
Okay.
5.5 out of 10 right now.
He said 3 though, so he said 3. So I'll just
I
say
said
2.
3. But I'll take it.
Okay.
Disrespect.
Bailey, Naomi, and Tiffany Stratton.
That's a 3.
That's another 2.
That's crazy. That's a 3.
No, we're not. We're ranking this out of like 10 to reach a 10. You can't give it. It can't be crazy high. I feel like 4 was
These
too
are
high for
solid
Cody. Now I think
matches.
about it.
That's a quick match.
That's a 0. No,
That's a cool.
tag team match is a quick match.
You got a 0. It's a half. It's a half. Okay. Tag team
It's
match.
half.
Women's tag team match. Kabuki Warriors versus
25.
this
25.
versus the Super Cenas.
25.
Jay
25.
Cargill?
No, you just look. Yeah,
No, give
That's
me
it,
1 for
Jay.
Jay Cargill.
Okay.
I give that a 0.
It's a half.
And then Kevin Owens, Randy Orton versus the Solo Line.
half.
2.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
not even a
If
2.
you
It
average
doesn't
it out,
ha-
if you average it out, it's like a
There's
7.
no Roman. There's no Roman.
I
no
said a
Jimmy,
7.
No Jay.
Yeah, but guess what?
Laugh
We're
at
about to get a first ever with that match.
That's not my tribal
A
chief.
First ever
That's not my Tribal Chief.
with
That's not my
Tama Tonga
tribal
versus
chief.
Randy Orton.
That's
Tama
facts.
Tonga versus Kevin Owens. That is 2 firsts. So technically, that's 3 firsts in 1 pay-per-view.
Hmm.
Get it right, bro. This pay-per-view is about to smack.
We'll see.
Man,
We'll see.
my
Ringside.
tribal chief.
Go ahead.
Yo,
Yeah.
And if we get a Jacob Fatu,
we got a
Still
Jacob
not
Fatu.
my
That's
tribal
all
chief.
7.
and
Nah,
if Jacob Fatu is a
if Jacob
8.5.
Fatu makes a debut, it's an 8 for me, or a 7.5. Go 7.5.
Honestly,
If
this,
every match is a banger, we get a 10. But I highly doubt that.
But
I give
Roman's
it
still
an
my tribal
8.5.
chief.
dude, WrestleMania Night 2 was only a 9 for me. You ain't getting a 10 out of this card.
That's what I'm saying. Everything gotta be a banger,
Yeah,
man. Everything's not gonna be a banger, so I'm giving it 8.5.
Dynasty
That's,
was a
first
9
thing
for
that
me.
is
after-
generous. You know that's generous.
That 0.5 is for
That 1.5 is
the main
generous.
event,
No.
co-main
I
event,
think
the opener.
I think I agree with them. I think it's going to be like a 7.6, solid 6.5.
6.5.
And if you get the debut,
6,
like, come on, there's three first.
solid 6.5. I
But
think
I'll tell y'all what.
solid
If they
6.5.
play that dang
I think
Batista
8.5 is
propaganda
high.
about
I
them
do say
trying to
that.
get me
So
to
I'll
watch
go
this
down to like a
documentary,
7.
-5 stars. Instantly, I'm turning off the pay-per-view.
What's that?
I was trying to
Hey,
watch TV,
bro,
and they were
you gotta
doing some
watch it.
Batista propaganda. I about turned off the whole show.
That's kind.
Hilarious.
Oh man! All right. Well, look, we'll see what's up, Ringsiders. You might catch us Sunday on maybe a recap of BackLash. If it was good, if it was 5 stars, or if it was a 5 out of our ranking system, you probably won't hear from us until next week. But other than that,
Well,
go ahead.
guys, fans, let us know. YouTube, anywhere you can leave a comment. Hit us on Twitter, Instagram. If the backlash for you is over a 5-star match, even if it's a 5.5, 5.1, let us know. And that will let us know if we need to do a recap. So do us that favor. Let us know what you think the pay-per-view is going to be.
Facts. Agreed. Other than that, ZombiieKing, you got matches this weekend?
Yeah, I got, if you're listening to today is Friday. So if you're in the whole Pacon area, I'm having a match. I'll be posting it May. Gotta look at the calendar. May 10th, next Friday, Richfield Park, ECPO TV taping. May 25th, Ace Pro Wrestling. I don't know what I'm doing for them. It should be good.
Okay. Just remember, Jey Uso co-main event is going up against this guy who's going to be the champion. Wepa. That's how you use it, Damian Priest.
Wepa.
You could tell one
Wepa.
wasn't.
Wepa.
Hey, other than that, y'all go ahead and get your plugs while we get up out of here.
You guys already know ZombiieKing, ZombiieKing _ ZombiieKing91 on YouTube.
Of course, I'm
Brandy
Nitram.
Savage here, Life in Times. Brandy Savage, Life in Times, LYFE on Instagram and Twitter. So guys, please check out our website, 4 Sides of the Ring. That's the number 4, 4sidesofthering.com. We got some really dope designs over there, guys.
And of course, I'm Nitram, the one that makes them say, oh damn. And you can find me on Twitter as Nitram_4SOTR. That is Nitram_4SOTR. Where right now I have the question up: is the Bloodline the greatest faction ever in WWE? So go answer that. I'm gonna make a video about it.
Hard question.
Hey, yeah, follow us on all of our social medias. 4 Sides of the Ring podcasts. We are everywhere. Like, subscribe, comment, share on YouTube. Hit up our merch store, 4sidesofthering.com. You can use our code, new customers, anything over $50. SeatGeek.com. That is 4 Sides OTR is the promo code. Make sure you go ahead and use that. Save seats on those tickets. Could be anything. Other than that, Ringsiders, have a great weekend. Enjoy this beautiful weekend. I think we're going to have a good one in North Carolina. I can't speak for everybody else. But, hey.
I think Jersey's good. We're good in Jersey.
Good in Jersey. We good in New York?
Yeah, beautiful in New York right
Beautiful
now.
in New York.
Nah, we're good
Hey.
all over. Let's go.
You already know. Hey, we'll catch you guys next week.